God is not in a hurry to fix your problem. God is not in a hurry to fix your problem. All you have to do is wait, be patient, and wait for him. Where do we get this from? When you look at the book of John, chapter 11, you will see that God does not or is not in a hurry to fix your problems. So let's go to John chapter 11. We'll start from verse 1. Now a man named Lazarus was sick. He was from Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. This Mary, whose brother Lazarus now lay sick, was the same one who poured perfume on the Lord and wiped his feet with her hair. You all remember that? We've talked about that. This woman came from nowhere, poured perfume on Jesus' head, and then wiped her feet with her hair. And what happened? Lazarus, not Lazarus, Judas Iscariot, right? What did he say? Why are you wasting this expensive oil doing such a thing? All you needed to do was sell this oil and bring the money to us. And we all know why Lazarus would say something like that. Because Lazarus was a thief. Yes. Judas Iscariot was a thief. Thank you, sir. Verse 3. So the sister said to Jesus, Lord, the one you love is sick. Right? He was sick, and the two sisters now sent word to Jesus to let him know that he was sick. What were they doing? It's like when you have a problem, you call upon God to come to your rescue, right? That's what they were doing. They were asking God to come and help them. Come and save our brother. Verse 4. When he heard this, Jesus said, this sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it. Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. Listen to verse 6 now. Yet, when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he stayed where he was 2 more days. He stayed where he was. You are praying to God for something. You're not getting any answer. Or you are getting an answer, you're not satisfied with that answer. Or God is not responding to you the way you want him to respond. He waited 2 more days. Then let's go to verse 11. After he had said this, he went on to tell them, that's his disciples now, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to wake him. His disciples replied, Lord, if he sleeps, he will get better. Right? Isn't that why we sleep when we are sick? When we are sick, right? We sleep more, right? And maybe from the sleep, we get healed and we get better. They said, if he sleeps, he will get better. 13. Jesus had been speaking of his death, when his disciples thought he meant natural sleep. He was speaking of dying. That guy will be dead. But Jesus does not use the word dead. When you die, he says you are asleep. Right? You are asleep. Because dead for Jesus is like the final act. When you are dead, what happens? You are dead. Judgment. You're thrown in hell. That's when you are dead. You are spiritually dead. But Lazarus was not dead. He was asleep. And the disciples felt Jesus meant that. Jesus meant he was going to be dead. Right? So then he told them plainly, Lazarus is dead. And for your sake, I am glad I am not dead, so that you may believe. But let us go to him. 2 days. Now he wants to go. Now he knew he was dead. And he's going. Right? Let's look at verse 17. On his arrival, Jesus found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. He's been buried for 4 days. Right? He's been buried for 4 days. And now, verse 21. Jesus is there, and one of the sisters apparently saw him, and she went to him, verse 21, and she said, Lord, Martha said to Jesus, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Blaming God. If you had been here, my brother would not have died. What else does that mean? What else does that mean? He is practically telling Jesus, why did you not hurry up to fix our problems? When he became ill, we sent people to you. You did not come. Or when I'm in this temptation, I'm in this trouble, I pray to you, God, you did not answer me. Why? God does not answer us on our schedule. God has his own schedule. And the earlier and the better we understand that, the better for us. The Father is not responding at that particular time doesn't mean he's not going to respond to you. Does that mean we should stop asking him when we're in trouble? No. Continue to do what you know how to do. Ask him. Call upon him. Would that make him do it right away? Of course. He's going to do it sometime. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about us. It's all about him. And let us continue to understand that as Christians. Once we have that understanding, we will relate well to God. It's only because we expect God to answer us each time we call him. The Bible says, ask and you shall receive. It didn't say you shall receive immediately. Ask and it shall be given. Did he say go get it right away? The Bible didn't tell us that. You shall receive at God's time. Whenever God wants you to receive it, that is when you receive it, not when you want to receive it. So Martha said that. Why did you not hurry up to fix our problems? Look at verse 32. Verse 32. Now, Mary is there with him, right? And Mary said the same thing. When Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet and said, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. The same thing the sister said. Lord, why didn't you hurry up to fix my problem, or to fix our problem, or to heal our brother? It did not end there. Go to verse 37. But some of them, these are just the other people now. They're not the brothers, they're not the sister of Lazarus. They just get to mourn with the family, right? And listen to what they said. But some of them said, verse 37, but some of them said, could not he who opened the eyes of the blind man have kept this man from dying? In other words, if he had responded on time, this man would not have died. So what does that tell us? We all are in that situation. We want God to do things for us exactly when we want it, exactly as we want it. But thank God we have the God that says your ways are not my ways. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. It's not the way you want it that I do things. I do things my own way. And my own way is the best way for you. No matter how it comes out. My way is the best way for you. Right? Note here that this guy has been buried 4 days. And Jesus was there. Remember what I said at the beginning? This has happened so that God could be glorified through him. So right there, we know that Lazarus is going to wake up. He's going to wake him up. The point of this message is not about the raising of Lazarus. The point is God will do his thing at his own time. God will do it for us at his own time. It's not about when we ask. It's not about how we ask. It's not about how serious the problem is. And when you follow the story, you will see that Mary and Martha did not believe Jesus could resurrect Lazarus. They did not believe, right? When Jesus asked them to show the tomb, what did Mary say? He has been there for 4 days, right? Right? They said he's been there for 4 days. Look at it. Look at it from verse 39, right? Jesus said, take away the stone, he said. But Lord, said Martha, the sister of the dead man, by this time there is a bad odor. He has been buried for 4 days. He's already smelling. That is why the Jewish people and some other religious group, they bury the day you die. If you die in the morning, maybe before 12, you're going down that very day. Maybe if you die after 4 o'clock, it's okay, let's do it the following morning. So they bury quickly, maybe, to avoid the smell, right? And from some of the things I read about being dead or dying, the 3rd day you already, no matter how beautiful you are, no matter the good food they fed you with, when you are dead for 3 days, forget it. it starts to ooze, the smell. And the smell of a dead body is bad. Martha is warning Jesus Christ. Don't do that. There's no bad smell here. Right? Now, when you look at this story, and you look at Martha, Mary and Martha, Mary, not Jesus Christ. She was with Jesus Christ for some time, right? To the point that she anointed him. Before this time, if we understand our Bible very well, Jesus has already raised two people from there. Do we remember that? Let's look at Luke 7. Luke 7, we start from verse 11. Luke 7:11, right? It says, this is Jesus Christ now raising the widow's son. That's the name they call it, widow's son, right? Soon afterward, Jesus went to a town called Nain, and his disciples saw a large crowd, right? So a large crowd went along with him. Verse 12. As he approached the town gate, a dead person was being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. And the large crowd from the town was with her. Verse 13. When the Lord saw her, his heart went out to her and said, don't cry. Then he went up and touched the coffin, and those carrying it stood still. He said, young man, I say to you, get up. The dead man sat up and began to talk, and Jesus gave him back to his mother. So Jesus already did down, right? Mary must have been aware of this, right? Then he did the second one, the same book of Luke chapter 8, right? Let's look at that. We all know the story. Chapter 8, verse, let's go to verse 49. Chapter 8, verse 49. While Jesus was still speaking, someone came to the house of Jairus. Remember Jairus, right? Jairus, the daughter, was sick. And he went to Jesus, asked Jesus to follow him to his house to lay hands on the sick daughter. The daughter was sick at this time. Lay hands on her so that she could become well. So as Jesus now was going home with Jairus, verse 49, while Jesus was still speaking, someone came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue ruler. Your daughter is dead. Your daughter is dead, he said. Don't bother the teacher anymore. Hearing this, Jesus said to Jairus, don't be afraid, just believe, and she'll be healed. When he arrived at the house of Jairus, he did not let anyone go in with him except Peter, John, and James, and the child's father and mother. Meanwhile, all the people were wailing, they were mourning, they were crying, she's dead. Stop wailing, Jesus said. She's not dead, but what? Asleep. She's not dead, but asleep. And we have to try to understand Jesus' choice of words. Jesus never used dead for anyone, as many of us want to be used, right? She's asleep, right? But the message to the Father is, she's dead. Jesus said, no, she's asleep. Then they laughed at him, knowing that she was dead. Right? They laughed at Jesus, because they know she was dead. But he took her by the hand and said, my child, get up. Her spirit returned, and at once she stood up. Then Jesus told them to give her something to eat. That's the second. Jesus did that. Those two things. And Mary must have been aware of this. And Mary and Martha said, no, don't do that. Don't go there. Don't open the tongue. He's going to be smelling. Like I said before, the purpose of this message is not about how Lazarus came back to life. The purpose is how long it took God to go there. But let's look at this position a little bit. Why was Mary and Martha, why were they so convinced that Jesus is not going to be able, even though Mary in particular must have known, my God is able to do everything, right? Don't you know that song? My God is able, is able, he is able. How do we sing that? To do all things. My God is able to do all things. Where are the praise and worship folks? All right. Grace, I thought we were going to rescue me from that. Okay. My God is able to do everything. He's able. Yeah. We are too so much about the new school, we forgot the old song. And those old songs are the most spiritual songs. He's able to do all things. Mary and Martha probably forgot this about Jesus. And Jesus already said, yes, I'm the way, I'm the truth, I'm the life. Life. Even if you are dead and I come to you, life will come to you. But why was Mary and Martha so convinced? Yes, they know. I'm sure Mary knew that Jesus had done this before. But if you listen to these two stories, the difference is these two people have not been decomposing yet. They just died for the little girl. And maybe the same thing for the boy. Right? They just died. Decomposition hasn't set in yet. Decomposition starts to set in 3 days or maybe 2 days later. So those ones were not in the tomb yet. They were not buried yet. Right? So maybe it was possible for Jesus to wake them up. But this one that we already laid down there, it's not going to happen because it's already decomposing. The message today is to assure you and to tell you that no matter the seriousness of your problem, no matter the seriousness of the obstacle you are facing, no matter the seriousness of the temptation that is coming your way, no matter the size of your mountain, no matter the height of your giant, and no matter the depth of the Red Sea you are about to cross, God is not in a hurry to fix them. All he wants you to do is be patient and wait for him to do what he only knows how to do best. And you will overcome. Just be patient. Yes, when things happen, pray to God. And if you don't get what you want at that time, move on. Say continue. He will answer you at his own time. For those who are patient, for those who wait for the Lord, they are always victorious. They are overcomers. They are winners. And if you learn from this message today and you know how to wait, you know how to be patient, you too will become a winner. So let me end with this song. I think I'm going to sing this one, right? Let me end with this song. Where's I said it up? Going to give us the drum, right? Winner, oh, winner, oh, Jesus, you done.